Bazza, first and foremost, what a fantastic game of football. 0-0, but great.
Boys to a man were unbelievable, weren't they? I mean, it was the effort, endeavour, the chances from back to front. Just made a difference having the crowd there as well. You could see it lifts the boys, and just so proud. Me and the gaffer are so proud. Everyone's so proud of each other. I mean, better team on the day in my opinion, and to feel that we actually feel like we dropped points against the top of the table team who's been blowing people out of the water.
Yeah, the first time they haven't scored a goal all season.
And we've been shipping them in, so it's nice, isn't it? I mean, it's great to see the back 4 or 5 of Archie keep a clean sheet. Archie earned his corner in the first half, made a few smart saves, but you look at Macca and like Smudger, and like you got Jonesy back in today, he was absolutely top drawer, and then Ross playing on the left side, putting the hearts, bodies in the way. But when you look at the power, what we got with the name of power, and Lozza, we just caused some problems, and like Big Gashi up top, and Southwell, you can go right through, Jarves just orchestrating everything in the middle with Rivicho. Just so proud, and to feel that we've dropped 2 points. Who would have thought 2 weeks ago we'd have been saying disappointed to drop 2, but no, just over the moon. They've had to change shapes, and you could see them like with 10 minutes going first half, stay in the game, boys, stay in the games. They're top of the table. And old King Lynn come out and produce today.
Yeah, and the fact that their keeper was the busiest of the two.
Oh, man of the match keeper for them by a country mile. I mean, some great saves, and he's earned his pizza for the way home for him, hasn't he?
Let's talk defensively just for a little bit though, because we have been shipping goals, Lynn. But what was the difference today? Because far more solidity there.
Well, Ross has come across there, and he's done well. To have Jonesy back in there, he gives you 9 out of 10, and I think they're just starting to, I mean, Macca organises in with the boys, he's a great voice, and Smudger, he's back to how he was last season, being commanding and just organising. It's just an it's just one of those awkward, like, if one goes in we're asking questions, but like when you've got people putting a body on the line, we all say brilliant, don't we? And that's what they've delivered. I mean, it's just over the last couple of weeks we've gave sloppy goals away, and what can you say? We've changed it at the back, and today's fruitfulness for them, isn't it? I mean, we kept a clean sheet, and that's what we asked for the back 4.
And not just that, defenders a team as well, and then everybody put a shift in that degree.
Oh, massively. I mean, you look, the Gashi as well, he'll run back bloody 70 yards to help defend for you. I mean, midfield boys just controlled it and broke it up, and then obviously we played out wide to the 2 wide boys who were a threat, and they couldn't handle it, so that's why they kept bringing down power, and then you had the sending off with Mazza on how they went down to 10 men, but there was a lot more stuff going off their side than what our side was, but referees don't seem to see that.
And there was another penalty shout that was waved away again.
What do you expect? We're just not getting any rub of the green at the moment, are we? So, no, it's going to be an enjoyable weekend, and I shall be partaking in a few beers tonight.
You're going to get one of those bottles out again,
oh,
aren't you?
Yes, be rude not to.
But we talk defensively, let's talk defensively, because, as you say, a threat all the way through.
Massively. I mean, you could see the fear in the lads when the lad got booked. We was praying to God that we'd keep getting at him and we'd get him off early. But no, Gashi just brings in, like, stopped anyone getting bullied. Stays on it, he gets his flicks on, and Dale's put in a shift as well and done well up there for us. They've linked up well. But like when you've got pace, like the 2 wide boys, frighten anyone to death.
And the crowd, you mentioned, we must mention the crowd, because that made a massive difference, didn't it, today?
What was a 600? Seemed like 1,600. The noise they made, it was. You don't realise how poor it's been until they're back. That it was, when just walking out, you just thought, noise, lovely. It's not like just our voices bellowing around the stadium. The fans, it's just thank the Lord the government have seen sense and let them back in, and they've made a difference. I mean, you've seen performance today; it's lifted everybody.
And there was big changes, weren't there, coming into this game? From the Hartlepool, 5 changes, but the fresh faces and the slight change worked.
Yeah, it's rotation. It's all about a squad over a season, isn't it? And what the gaffer sees, I mean, he's just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I stand in that management room and I'm in awe just of the way he comes up with things and his solutions and how we can try and affect the game, but also how we can stay in the game. He's just unbelievable. By far the best I've ever come across. Nice
rest now, isn't it? You haven't got a midweek game at least.
No.
This is a massive lift, isn't it?
It's lovely. They're in the gym Monday and then obviously training Tuesday. And then obviously see who we get Saturday, isn't it? In the Bedford or Alfreton, which would be interesting with Bedford, wouldn't it?
What difference does Michael Gash make to this team? I mean, we saw today, but do you think Lynn would be where they are in the league if he'd been fit all season? Is it that much of it?
When you're coming against big physical teams, big powerful defenders, he ain't no lightweight, is he? So he's competing, and he's a wily old man. He knows how to put his body in at the right time, and it's just that physicality of him. And he's a great player. Great player. You don't do what he's done in his career and not achieve things. You need someone like that in your team if you're going to be able to keep the ball and retain it up in there for periods, especially because we changed us. We can't play football on this, so we've had to change our style of football, and Gashi is a perfect fit for that role, isn't he? In answer to your question earlier, I think Cairo and that low's done well, and when he's come on and done it, and we needed a target man up there, and we've got now. We're both from there, so long may Gashi's fitness continue.
You've got a nice little choice of 4 strikers up there. That's not bad,
two big lads. And
well, 2 big lads and 2 smaller lads.
Then you've got the 2 nippy lads.
Yeah.
So,
just going back, you mentioned Archie earlier. I mean, and you also mentioned Bedford, which segues nicely into the obvious question about Alex Street, who was here before. Poor old Archie, I think, got a bit of stick for that, but he's growing out of that. Whether he took any notice of it or not, I don't know. But what do you think of him as a keeper? What do you think he can go on to?
Archie, the sky's the limit, isn't it? I mean, he's 6'4". He's got great feet, great hands, distribution, ticks his every box. So yeah, it's just about him doing his groundwork at this level and learning the physicalities of what men's football is, and he's dealing with it. He's coming on in leaps and bounds, isn't he? I mean, some great saves first half for us today, and a low one second half where he, on a difficult pitch, slips out. Centre forward, if they're active, get on the end of it, but he's retained it. So, no, really pleased for him and the way he's making steps forward.
Because it can't have been a very easy opening, like it hasn't been for the team, given that you used the phrase you've shipped goals at times. But
that's not down to Archie.
No, I was going to say,
that
was the question, because you would assume it probably is, or probably a difference with a different defence, different keeper.
No.
I'm not suggesting for 1 minute it is, but
not at all.
they should kick me.
No, definitely not that.
No.
He's I can't pin many at him this season. He's done really well for us. Done really well for us, especially with what's been going on behind the scenes and stuff, for him to keep his head and produce. So we're happy.
Would that be the social media chit chat that's absolute rubbish?
Yeah, I don't read it, but I hear things about it, and you're always going to get it. Always going to get it. Peds was a legend here, wasn't he? So you're always going to get it.
You'd want to play him on next Saturday, Peds, or?
Oh, it'd be lovely.
Yeah?
Be lovely, yeah.
Oh, good lad, though.
Yeah, great lad.
Just in terms of, I mean, we've seen some really, really excellent flashes from Lynn this season, doing well, holding your own. Today, is it the sort of the benchmark now, and the consistency needs to come from today? Because if you can match Torquay, then you can get yourself up that table. Is it about repeating today for their other games?
Exactly what you just said. We have got to what we've produced in energy and quality. That's your benchmark. Drop it beneath, then you're going to be in trouble. We've been a better team today against top of the table. Match it every week. We're going to be all right, aren't we, in our little league?
an FA Trophy itself, I mean, obviously the focus is the National League and staying in it, which it should be. Welcome break, free hit, or a bit of a pain because you want to build from this?
Difficult one, because we know the chairmans want to go on and do well in this cup, and it is a welcome break. But for me, I wish we could play every Tuesday and every Saturday in the league, and then your just momentum carries on, especially like when you've had a performance like the boys have put in today.
Thank you.
Thank you.